we know her through other different organizations and stuff, and we both feel very honored and privileged that she asked us to come and talk to you today. And we're actually going to talk about kindness and what that means in my field and what that means in Kelly's field. Kindness is a supreme way to show someone that you care and respect them. Our goal as humans should be to inspire others to practice kindness and to pass it on to others. Today I want to talk to you. I am a manicurist. I do mobile manicures for individuals that are homebound. Majority of my clients are seniors that do not drive anymore. They've got some physical limitations and they cannot go to the nail salon. They're not comfortable. They're either in a wheelchair or they're on oxygen. And as we all age, it gets more difficult to cut our own toenails, especially as we, if we have hip surgery, we've got arthritis, and it definitely, we get to a point where you're going to have someone's going to have to help you do those things. Because of what I do in my business, it requires me to physically touch someone. I cannot do a manicure or a pedicure without putting my hands on them. And human touch can be it can either be gentle, it can be loving, or it can be healing. Or B, it can be rough, it can be aggressive, and it can be upsetting to that person that you are touching in one of those ways. My approach obviously is to be gentle and to be slow with them and to be loving. And that can come through your hands, through your touch. We are all human beings and we all need touch. A friend of mine the other day, she told me I think she was at the grocery store, and the clerk helped her with her groceries, and they were just talking and stuff. And after they got finished, my friend, who is very, very friendly, asked the lady, she said, "Can I hug you?" And she said, sure, you can hug me. And the lady, after she hugged her, she started crying. And my friend Amber said, "Why are you crying?" She said, "Because that's the first time in almost 12 months that anyone has touched me in a loving, kind way." So that just tells you too how important touch is to each other. Okay. Like I said, the majority of my clientele are seniors. I would say to you, the majority of my clients are from 75. I have a couple that are 104. I've got one that's 104 in Bartlett that I go see. And I can, in 30 minutes, have the most amazing, rewarding, interesting conversation with this lady about her life and what she has done in her 104 years on this earth. If we all live long enough, all of us in this room, we are all going to get to a point we're going to have some help with our daily activities. We're going to have to help with bathing. We're going to have to help with dressing, putting on our shoes. And not everyone is going to have the opportunity to have a loving family member do that. You may have to seek out a home health agency like Tim's agency that's going to help you do those things. And it's hard when we get to that point because we're all, we're independent and we've all taken care of ourselves and, our grooming and everything all of our lives. And then we get to a point where we have to have someone help us do those things. And having a person to do those things that is kind and that wants to do those things makes a huge difference. Because a lot of times they have someone helping them do those things that maybe that's not really the job they need to have. That is not their gift, is to help someone with those personal needs that they need help with on a daily basis. That's why touching someone with kindness, with a gentle touch, is so important. Especially with our seniors, because they a lot of times have neuropathy. Their feet tingle. they are sensitive. They're on medications that cause them to have sensitivity, or else that maybe if they're diabetic and they don't have a lot of feeling in their feet. So it's so important to be just gentle with them and to be, slow with them and take care of them and let them know that you do care about them and that they matter. A lot of times too, our seniors feel like they don't matter anymore. I'm 97 years old and no one cares anything about me. My kids, are so busy. My grandkids are busy with their lives. And, they definitely, when they go see their physician, do not feel important. He was in here for 6 minutes and didn't even ask me, I didn't even get a chance to tell him some of the things I want to tell them. So that even more feeds into them feeling like that they don't matter, and they do matter. I mean, they are fellow humans on this earth, and they do matter. No matter what their medical, condition is, it doesn't matter if they, can't remember that they're at the doctor or what the doctor's name is. It's just so important that we let them know that they do matter. Also too, they definitely will have some anxiety issues, especially if they've had a bad experience with someone helping them with some of these daily activities, which can cause some nervousness. So I try real hard to recognize those things when I'm there, to be kind of gentle with them, and especially because I can tell when you're touching someone. And I don't know if you've ever shook hands with someone and you're like, oh my gosh, that's like shaking hands with a fish. I mean, they are just, you can just tell they were not very comfortable with that handshake. It was just, they're just doing it because you stuck your hand out and they feel like that's the thing to do. But they definitely were not comfortable. We're not comfortable doing that. And that may just be their personality. And then again, with seniors, I can tell, like when I'm, doing their nails, if they begin to kind of pull away from me, that maybe that's their body language telling me that they are, they're still a little nervous, a little apprehensive, and maybe they had a manicurist that maybe hurt them. They might have accidentally trimmed their cuticle or something and, pushed their cuticle back too far or something, and it kind of hurt them, and they remember those things. So it's just always important to remember and pick up on those things when you're dealing with our seniors. It's also important for them to feel safe. And when a lot of times, again, back to a lot of times they're lonely, they're isolated, they're stuck in their room. No one really kind of comes to see them physically. Maybe they just can't engage in a lot of activities, and they feel alone. They feel isolated. So after I leave them, and I'm usually with them 30 minutes to an hour, I want them to smile. Especially if when I walked in, they weren't smiling. And all I want to do is just to get them to smile. And if I make them smile when I leave, then I've done my job. I have. I'm going to finish up, and in closing, I want to challenge all of you to do two things, if you can. Every single one of you, including us, including Tim. If you can today, make one person smile. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the clerk at if it's your teller at the bank, if it's the lady at the dry cleaners, make one person smile. If you can make one person smile, and you do that daily, that's 365 smiles in a year. And if every single one of us did that, that would be amazing. It would be awesome. And the second thing is just be kind. It's free. Don't cost anything. Just be kind. Even when they're not kind to you, just be kind. Okay.
Good
job.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. So just a quick testimony. So Cindy did my mom. We started out with my mom. She did her nails and toes. And then my dad got jealous. He was like, I need my toes done. So she did his toes too. And he was a little bit snarkier than my mom. I'm like, it's so sweet. And one thing that we talked about when we met this week is with her job, so many times your clients have lost their ability to make a choice, or they don't get the right to make a choice. But she lets them make the choice. You want pink or do you want blue? And I think that is so important. But thank you. That was awesome. So sticks and stones may break my bones, but what? Words will never hurt me. Is that true?
No.
Is that, no, it is not true. So Cindy talked about the power of touch, and I'm going to talk about the power of kind words. So I've been a wedding planner for almost 10 years, and you can imagine the emotions that run high on wedding day. It is cray. Just tell me. We've been planning this thing for a year. A lot of money has been spent, and sometimes the family doesn't like each other. And so you're almost a family counselor. You know, you're just trying to make all these things happen. So I have learned the art of intentional kindness. What that means is I show up on wedding day, and I have to have all my stuff together, and I go up to the mother of the bride, and I'm like, and she's looking for me. Like as soon as I walk, she's like, we got a problem. Like, okay, I got you. But before we even start anything, I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair looks amazing. And turn around, let me see your dress. Oh, that is so pretty. You do the whole dance. Then you go to the mother of the groom. You do the same thing. Then you go to the bride. And you're like, oh, you get the whole, oh my gosh, that's the most beautiful dress. Is that fake? It is not. It isn't, because everybody looks beautiful on wedding day. I've never seen an ugly bride, right? They're all beautiful. It's intentional, and it just sets the tone for a good day. But for the rest of the wedding, I got to be on top of my game. I'm intentionally kind because it diffuses a situation. I'm working with a DJ that forgot a speaker. What are we going to do about that? We have a florist that brought the wrong colors. The bride is freaking out because it's not coral, it's orange, or it's not sage, it's more emerald, you know, all that stuff. Or our groomsman has COVID. What are we going to do? All this is stressful, but I have to be calm and let them know everything's going to be fine. You look amazing. Everything's fine. But do I take abuse? No, I do not. I've also learned the art of turning my back to negativity. And how I do that is I literally turn my back. So you can imagine I'm pretty much the punching bag of everything that's going on because I'm the glue that kind of does all this together. As I'm walking away, I'm like, duly noted, and I literally turn my back. And they have to talk to my shoulder because I'm not going to engage in the negativity. And here's the thing, I don't take it personal because there's a lot of emotions going on that day. I still give back with intentional kindness because you know what? Kindness benefits me. I have to control me. It makes my heart rate stable. It makes my blood pressure stable. Because, you know, when you get all into it with the family, everybody's blood pressure's raised, and I can't do my job. But this took time to develop. You know, because your natural response when somebody's in your face and they're yelling at you, you know, you want to throat punch them. She's like, but that's not time. So I can't do it. So I can't. I'm like, yeah, duly noted. That's my big word. One time at a wedding, one of the photographers came up to me and she said, oh my goodness, you are the most abused person here. And I was like, really? I said, I didn't even notice. You know why? Because I've been doing it a long time and I don't take it personal. But that's just my approach. You can only imagine the stories that I have, right? But here's the deal. Kind people tend to develop better and more meaningful relationships. And kindness improves your mental health, reduces anxiety, and increases happiness. And I see that over and over again. As I stay calm, it's all calm. One time a guy came up to me and just took my hand to see if I had a pulse. Because everything was swirly and everything was going crazy. And I'm just standing there like, it'll settle down in a minute. You're about like a bunch of kindergartners. But I want to switch gears and talk about social media and kindness. What has happened to us on social media? Where are our online manners? Right? I'm going to ask you two questions. Number one, do you think typed words have the same impact as spoken words?
They have more.
Now they do.
Yeah, they have more. They have more because you can't take it back. And is there a difference between bullying and cyberbullying?
Not at all.
Not at all. And research has shown that people will write things that they won't say to your face. They do this. And I just want to challenge you to be better than that. because this is such a bad culture right now, and we can change it by one post at a time. And when you're on any kind of platform, if you don't like what somebody has posted, just keep scrolling. There's no reason to get all up in it, right? It has gotten ridiculous. I'm on the Arlington page because I live in Arlington, and somebody will post, "What is that new building going up on Milton Wilson?" All these comments, "Are you an idiot? How long have you lived here?" Blah, blah. They just like, "You just asked a question." Does it really matter? They're just asking a question. Does it really matter? We've all become masters of none. And just remember that those words and comments, they do have an impact. And there's a real person on the other end of those unkind words. I'm leery about posting anything. I post about babies and puppies. And are we ever really changed because of a Facebook post? Do we ever see the fight win? Is there ever a fight that's won on Facebook? No, there's not. But why are we so angry and entitled? Just be nice. My mom always used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So that's my challenge. But the internet can either divide us or unite us. And it's up to us to decide which role we play. Because we can make our space better. Let's be better than that. And you can see the ripple effect of kindness. And I'm going to leave you with a poem. And Mr. Santa is going to read it for us. And it's entitled The Dash. Stand up here with us.
I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For the dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live in love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and to love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about you? Spent your dash? And how you spent your dash?